And of course the answer is, if you have that situation, if you are, let's say, in a post-fossil fuel environment where there is no energy in fossil fuels, in gas or oil available, and it's all gotten from the infinite sources of the sun, there is no reason to fight. There is no reason to fight in a world where nobody needs to toil, where nobody really needs to slave, where you can have machines to do the work. And maybe you can have low wage job and high wage jobs, and that people have to find a solution to that. But basically you're entering, if you would build that big solar plant in the desert of Morocco or the desert of Algiers, that can provide the whole of Europe with electricity on a few square kilometers of solar field, or let's say 40 by 40 miles, it's a little bit more. But if you do that, then all kinds of activities become free. And that will mean a huge amount of wealth for everybody. You see, and that's what people can see. I can see it from where I am right now. But people could have seen that in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s. Basically because the Earth is a finite sphere, and even if it was filled completely with oil, and there was only oil in the Earth, it would still run out one day. See, and you would have to find a solution, and that solution would be free energy, because it comes from the sun. So then the steps are easy, and there are two steps before the steps that are proposed by the let's say the run-of-the-mill vanilla, let's take your wealth and steal everything from everybody else, New World Order, which I do not really support, because it's not yet the time for it. They should have different priorities, and these are the priorities. First of all, make energy free. So the rich countries and whoever has a surplus of money, and of course the rich countries that control oil resources that they don't put into their defense industry, should take that money and direct it to making energy free for all. That's for step number one. Develop high-tech solutions for poorer countries that you can easily install. Build that solar plant in Morocco. Build those wave energy things. Make energy free. And of course you can make ammonia in windmills at sea, and that ammonia can be put in the trains and in the trucks and in the lawnmowers and whatever other machines are running on gasoline right now. So you don't have to make like a huge transition. You can just use different fuels. Second of all, manage the transition towards a carbon-free economy. You know, I learned that most houses gather so much heat in the summer that if you would store that underground, they could keep themselves warm without any trouble in the winter, and you only need a small solar panel to pump that warm water that is then stored in the ground up to a temperature that you can take a shower in it. So it's ridiculous that people are constantly paying energy bills to their energy companies if they can invest, let's say, 1 or 2 years of energy company money into an installation that makes their, let's say, their livelihood free. And that should be managed by governments, and as soon as possible, because the damage from climate change is huge and is increasing. It has been estimated to cost at least $500 billion a year. So that's in 2 years it's $1 trillion, and nobody has that money. Third, and here is the New World Order talking, facilitate trade to a single currency. You know, once you have energy for everybody, and it's free, then of course it comes down to educational levels, level of technological advancement in different areas of the world. And if you just know that eventually everybody can be wealthy because energy is free, you can just introduce a single currency for the world and start using it where you can, and start making trades to equalize the resources in the world and distribute them around the world. Just like Ban Ki-moon says. He says you should have a system to do that. And then of course you can have a central bank that directs that, and that should be a democratic organ. That should be a democratic organ that basically distributes this single currency towards areas that need stuff, that need to buy equipment, machines from other areas. And that's how you can keep each other busy until everybody has enough food, heat and water to live, and the planet is back to normal, or at least is let's say inching back to normal. And you would have a better world, and that could be a new world order.